Perhaps you don't like details of your private life appearing on search engine results. Maybe your reputation has been damaged on social media. Don't worry though, you can take control of your web presence and protect your privacy. Europeans have a new fundamental right, the right to be forgotten. We'll find out what this means for us in the Spanish hometown of Mario, whose legal battle with Google helped bring about the new EU rules. We have an appointment with Mario, the man who brought Google to its knees. I'm really curious about his story. Mario was annoyed because every time he Googled his name, he got an old story about the forced sale of his property. Mario asked Google to de-link the archives from his name. Mario's fight with the internet giant took 6 years. In 2014, the European Court of Justice published a landmark ruling on the right to be forgotten.
You changed Europe and you changed a bit the world. Tell us why you took action.
Google se negó en rotundo a...
Google just ignored me. As Europeans, we couldn't do anything about it. We had to open a door for change. When facing a problem with a search engine, as an ordinary European, you had to send a request to the United States. It is difficult to face giants like Google and their powerful lobbying groups. The old situation was unfair. Big technology companies and search engines behaved like they were in a lawless world. They just did what they wanted to do. There was a real need for a law.
Smartphone penetration and social media sharing have created a constant stream of personal updates and photos. The European Union's data protection reform strengthens individual rights and protects personal information regardless of where it's sent, processed or stored, even outside the EU. When a European citizen no longer wants personal data to be processed, it can be deleted. In Madrid, we meet Mario's lawyer. He points out some problems. The right to be forgotten applies to ordinary Europeans, such as Mario, but not to public figures. But how do you define a public figure? And how long does it take for information to be considered to be obsolete? The right to be forgotten has been approved by the European Parliament and the Council of Ministers. It will come into force next year.
How precisely the protection of each European citizen will be strengthened after May 2018?
The new European regulation has widened the concept of the right to be forgotten. It will apply not only to search engines, but also to other internet platforms. All users will be able to ask internet companies to delete information that is inaccurate or obsolete. Moreover, those websites have to communicate those changes to the search engines, so that they too can delete or block any remaining links to the deleted content.
2 out of 3 Europeans are concerned about not having complete control over their web presence. While sharing private information with friends may be acceptable, spreading rumours online is not, especially when it happens at school. Concerns shared by Marta, who spoke with us anonymously. Cyberbullying is a growing problem. Pupils have even been known to use photo editing software to make pornographic images of their teachers. Marta's case is a little different, but she too is afraid of losing control of her online privacy.
The father of one of my pupils found my personal phone number and he started sending me messages on WhatsApp about my teaching methods and how he didn't agree with them. That quickly spiraled into personal insults, very ugly insults, and then the threats started. Don't go out alone, look over your shoulder if you want to avoid something bad happening soon. For me, it's extremely important to be in control of my name, my image, my photos, my data, my private life. It's fundamental.
Cyberbullying among young people is growing too, as we found out at this Madrid-based helpline for children. Psychologists are overwhelmed by calls for help. Cyberbullying can trigger depression, anorexia, self-harm, and even suicide.
Here they have mobs.
Is it easy or is it a problem actually to take back this content which is out there in the World Wide Web?
If it's about sexual content and images of minors, then the deleting procedure is quick and effective. But when it comes to insulting messages, we've found a kind of passive behavior from social network administrators. The main problem with minors is usually that they have a very low awareness of risk, so they frequently share their private lives and their intimacy on the social networks.
The new rules are about protecting privacy, not about rewriting history or restricting press freedom. Mario's fight is about taking control of private data.
I fought for 6 years, and I feel very satisfied with the result. We opened a door for Europe, a way that has to be followed. The story doesn't end here, but needs to be followed up. We need strong legislation so that the European citizens can take control of their personal data. They should decide on their own if they want their personal data in or out of the World Wide Web. It's up to each citizen to decide this.
Cleaning up your digital existence? Yes, it is possible, at least in the European Union. The right to be forgotten can wash away some of your digital footprints.